In this video, you're going to learn how to sell an online course, coaching program, or really any kind of online learning from a simple webinar framework that anybody can do, even if you have no background in sales. Now, be sure to watch this whole training from beginning to end. And at the end, click the link below this video. I've got another great free training for you about how to get more leads for your membership site, for your course, and I've put some other great training together by some other experts for free in a program we call the Enroll Summit, which will help you get your first customers. Enjoy the video. Welcome to the Webinar Sales System Training. Have you been in a situation where you have very few or no buyers for your online course or your training-based membership site, or perhaps you're just getting ready to launch and you want to make sure that you have a good system for conversion and selling what it is you offer? Here's my promise to you today is that I'm going to deliver to you the best system that works in most cases, which is a structured webinar designed to sell, which is a conversion optimized sales machine when done correctly. Now, there's really 5 key principles to an effective webinar selling system. The first is the choreography. It's the order of things that we go over and present and the structure of the actual webinar. So if you've ever been worried that you have to jump on and start selling or making all these claims, or you're not sure what you're going to say for 45 minutes or whatever, we're going to solve all that by showing you the dance of selling with webinars. And it's a system. It's literally a sales machine that can be used over and over and over again. Now, you may do one-on-one phone sales, and you can do that. You can actually use this exact same structure for one-on-one sales. But if you get too busy with that, you can actually use it in the webinar. So I'm teaching the webinar method where you can do time-boxed group sales in a systematic way that's like a machine that you can present over and over and over again, train other people on your team to do if you have a team, or eventually even automate. The big idea here is that, and where people get stuck, is that you don't have to present everything about your course or your training-based membership or the online school all at once. All you really need are 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 key mic drop moments. A mic drop moment is when you present on something and it just kind of clicks in your ideal learner's mind and they're like, wow. They don't say it out loud, but what they say is like, wow, that person really gets me, they understand me, and I want what they have. And the next thing is to have your offer, the selling part, to have a system to doing that so that it comes through in a win-win, giving, non-pushy kind of way. So there's a whole craft to making an offer, which we're going to go over here right now. And then the last piece is just to put a mindset of continuous improvement on, or what the Japanese call kaizen. We're not going to have this be a one and done. We're just going to try it one time and then we're good. A webinar is a commitment. Your selling system is something that you develop over time. You have to challenge your assumptions. I recommend running it live many times before you think about automating it. If you're just starting out, I definitely recommend not automating it in the beginning so that you can dial it in and get it perfect through continuous improvement. So let's dig deeper into the webinar sales system. So when done well, this is a repeatable process that you can do over and over again, and it really takes the stress off of feeling like you have to go into this big presentation and make it up every time you go. So what it comes down to is really 3 main parts. This is the choreography we talked about. There's this position part, or positioning part. There's this second act to this play, if you will, called solving, or solve. And then the last part is what salespeople call the close. This is the actual selling part, but we're going to do it in a non-pushy way. But let's go ahead and take a look at the positioning part. There's really 3 aspects to positioning. So the first thing you want to position is actually your customer, which is the person who is on the webinar. They're in the audience. They're the one listening to you. And what that's all about is, making sure they feel like they're in the right place, that they feel welcome, that they're the exact person that you help. And we're going to go over exactly what to say and how to do that in just a little bit in the worksheet. The next thing we want to do is we want to position the product. This is like the elevator pitch. Like we need to orient like what this product is and look at it like it's an object. And then the last part of positioning is looking at you. Like where do you, the presenter, fit into all this? What gives you the authority to be the expert here? Why should we listen to you? So this is the first part of the webinar. It's the positioning part. Now the next part is the solving part. And really what this comes down to from our previous points in the choreography, we got to that part where we had the mic drop moments. So this is where you make your 3 mic drop moments, which are point 1, point 2, and point 3. So at LifterLMS, as an example, we help people create. That's point 1. We help them launch their website with giving them a platform for people to be able to, actually put their learning platform online. And then we help them scale by having tools that make people have, viral projects that people want to share and expand their revenue through other things like community and private coaching and so on. So there's kind of like 3 main points that I just presented right there that you can package inside of the webinar format as an example. When it comes to the close, this is the actual, sales part. What we have is the turn offer, which I'll explain in a little bit of what that is. There's a way to like turn into the actual selling part that's non-pushy and really positions your course, your training-based membership site as the go-to solution and the unique one in the space. Then we want to do something called stack the cool, which really comes down to over-delivering, adding bonuses, other templates, just kind of blowing expectations away around all the value and some additional things they get for becoming a customer. And then the last part is the Q&A, where you actually handle the objections, is what salespeople call it. So we've got the turn offer, stacking the cool, and then the Q&A. And once we kind of work through this choreography, this is where the money comes in. You can kind of see in the as somebody kind of comes around the system, they go from yellow like the positioning to like the product, like what's in the box, why is it awesome, and then into the actual close. And that's where the sales happen. So the person on the webinar kind of goes from cool to hot, and then there's a percentage who are there with you that are going to just close on the spot and become a customer. So that is the foundation of the webinar sales system. But let's transition to the worksheet and put all this into action right now. All right, so be sure that you've clicked around this video and downloaded your copy of the worksheet. Here is the choreography here of the positioning, the solving, and the closing, the 3-act play, if you will, of your webinar. And what you can do is you can use this worksheet to kind of lay out the structure of the various segments of your presentation. And after you do the work here, you can turn this into slides or just use this spreadsheet as a tool for doing a talking head presentation on your next webinar or sales call. So the first part of positioning is about positioning the customer. So we want to welcome, make people feel comfortable, hello, call them out by name, ask people in the chat, like, where are you calling in from, and all that stuff. Just be friendly, introduce yourself real quick. We're going to do a bigger positioning of you later, but just so they know who you are, you position yourself as like, hey, I'm here, welcome. This is a warm and friendly and safe place. You drop your elevator pitch or your perfect intro, which is basically, I help this target market achieve this result through this method. And then most people kind of have some segments in the market, like within that customer avatar, there's like 3 varieties or so. So that's where you can introduce your customer segment. So like for us at Lifter, as an example, we help do-it-yourself course creators and experts, WordPress professionals who build the sites for that market. And then we also help people that are basically really upset with some hosted LMS or course solution, and they're really wanting to switch and get out of pain and come over to WordPress. So there's kind of like 3 buckets that we fit into, but you see how I introduce those segments. Then we get into the product story and really explain the product package, like what's inside the box, if you will, like what is in this course? What do I get? Is there coaching calls? Is there one course? Are there 100 courses? Is there one instructor? What do I do if I need support? All that stuff. We get into like that. And then we position ourselves as the presenter. So, I'm Chris Badgett. I started LifterLMS, the product, 7 years ago. Before that, I built high-end custom WordPress LMS solutions for established experts that were using Infusionsoft, which I did for 3 years prior to LifterLMS. So I've been in this industry for a decade. I've seen a lot of success. I've seen a lot of failure. There wasn't a great tool on the market for education entrepreneurs. We were always building this software from scratch, so we decided to build a solution for the entire market called LifterLMS. So that's me just kind of introducing myself and positioning my story. The next part is we go into the second act, where we get into the positioning. After the positioning, we get into the points. So what are the 3 points or mic drop moments that we want to talk about? For LifterLMS, we help people create. We've got this amazing course builder, so you can take all this expertise and life experience out of your head and put it onto the web in structured content. That's an example of like a point. Like we help you kind of organize your expertise into products. That's what the software does. The next thing is the launch. Like our website, our tool has everything you need to launch a course, a membership site, a coaching program, an online school on a simple WordPress website. So if you're looking to launch and not get wrapped up in a software Frankenstein of all these different tools, LifterLMS is for you. The third point is helping people scale revenue and impact. So the ways we do that is we provide features beyond just courses and content that allow you to offer things like coaching and a Facebook-like community on your website through our social learning add-on and so on. So you can really expand your revenue and the value of what you offer that creates such an incredible product that people want to refer it to others like them. So there I've kind of made point number 1 about creating, point number 2 about launching, point number 3 about scaling. And within each of these 3 points, I would want to, lay out a case study about, an existing customer that was like frustrated and, wanted some outcome, and then they used the business to the product or the service or the coaching or whatever to get that result. So you want to like kind of put a human face on all those main points. Then we turn to the third part, which is the close. And what a turn offer is where you just kind of make the turn from the mic drop moment so that you don't have this awkward thing where you're like, okay, now I'm going to pitch and all this stuff. To give an example, basically what you want to do is you want to identify a new problem and position your solution. So the way I would do that, like with the LifterLMS software as an example, is so if you want to create, launch, and scale, really the problem is you have all these different tools. You're probably feeling a little bit overwhelmed about what you should use, and your head's about to explode because there's just so many options, and you want to like do it with as minimum tools as possible. Well, that's where LifterLMS comes in as an all-in-one solution that does the LMS stuff. It does the e-commerce stuff you need. It does the membership features you need. You do not need a separate membership plugin. It does the engagement and gamification. It's an all-in-one solution, and it's in WordPress. So if you want to integrate another tool, it's an open platform. So you can build and design a unique brand and really have something special and build an asset that you own and control. So that is an example of kind of making a turn offer, just kind of compounding on the 3 mic drop moments. And then, we position LifterLMS, just, you want to go to lifterlms.com, go to the pricing page and pick the option that's the best for you. Then the next step is to stack the cool. So what we want to do here is just over deliver. And basically, what are some bonuses? Well, we invest heavily in training, so you're going to get like extra training like you've never seen before to help you be successful. We do live video calls we call liftoff sessions with the LifterLMS product specialist so that you can make sure that you get your questions answered, and especially in the beginning when you have a lot of questions and get started. By the way, we also have all these other resources, this, and this, that are going to help you be successful. So then we want to just reiterate the offer again. So go to lifterlms.com, choose the plan that's right for you, and I can't wait to see you inside as a customer. So that's it. And so you just really want to practice your call to action, like go to myacademy.com. We've got these 2 options. Choose the one that's right for you. You can even stack on like, hey, here's another bonus. Here's a coupon that if you use this today, you get a slight discount, and go ahead and to reward you for taking action today and for checking out this presentation. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to transition into Q&A, which is really an opportunity to handle any objections or questions that people have holding them up from getting started. And then at the end of that, you just want to make the offer again. So thank everybody for coming. Go to yourwebsite.com and whatever the plan is or the option, or choose the plan, and we'll see you inside. That is the 3-act structure. So fill out this worksheet, brainstorm a little bit, and as in these cells, and then as you get your ideas nailed down, you can always edit this and tighten it up. And then, like we said earlier, it's all about continuous improvement. Keep presenting. It'll become second nature. You might find a new or a better point you want to add or mic drop moment, and just keep making it better over time. And I guarantee if you do this work, you're going to have a selling system for your online course or your training-based membership site. And if you want to see an example of this in action, you can actually go to the LifterLMS website. We'll put a link below this video where you can find this webinar. Now this is for selling LifterLMS, which is a software, but this structure can be used to really sell anything. But if you want to see an example executing on this exact framework, click the link below this video, or just head on over to lifterlms.com/video/demo. Notice I call it a video demo. The word webinar kind of has, for some people, a negative connotation. So people typically rename their webinar to something like a master class or a video demo, or some kind of presentation. So that's just a little pro tip for you. Thank you for checking out this training on how to build your webinar sales system. I'm Chris Badgett, the CEO and co-founder of LifterLMS. A powerful, high-converting sales presentation or webinar can dramatically change your business. So I encourage you to watch this video again, fill out the worksheet, and take action today. I hope you enjoyed that complimentary sales training. Now click the link below this video. I've got some other great training for you for free to help you get more leads and sales. And I've also brought in some other experts to help you get your first enrollments in a free program called the Enroll Summit. Click the link below and join the Enroll Summit today.